I'm Marc Austin Highfield, broker owner with EXIT First Realty, joined today by Realtor extraordinaire, Kathy Melvin. Kathy, thanks for joining.
Thank you, Mark.
Appreciate you being here. Let's chat about your life before real estate. What did you do and talk about your previous life and the experience you had.
Well, I've always been in sales in one way or another, if not directly in sales, in marketing and some community market development. So it's kind of broad, but the majority of my career was spent in 21 years of medical device sales with a women's health med device company. So that's where I was as of late before becoming a realtor again, because I was in real estate also decades ago, and we won't say how many.
What attracted you when you retired from the previous career to get back into real estate?
I always had a passion for it. When I was in real estate before, my daughter was small. I was actually only part-time then, but I always knew I'd come back to real estate because I really did enjoy it so much. I loved it so much. And even though things were very different then than they are now, it was still all about trying to do the best I could for my clients. And I knew I'd always come back to this profession.
What do you think the biggest challenge has been getting back into real estate, and what did you done to overcome it?
The challenge I've had is the exact challenge probably everyone has. It's getting very disciplined. And in my other sales career, I had to be very disciplined as well because I covered such a large geographic area. But it's all about discipline, having patience to know working the systems is how you're going to be successful, and just remembering sales basics sometimes, of being sure that things are falling into place with follow-up and doing all the day-to-day activities and making it a success.
If you had to say what specific skills from the previous industry carried over?
It's always relationships, building relationships and keeping those relationships strong. I think in any sales position is what you have to do. And the follow-up, because without planting the seeds, you can't expect the tree to grow. So always planting the seeds and doing the follow-up, staying on top of it, and being available to clients when they need you the most.
Once you decide to get into real estate, how did you choose EXIT First Realty?
Well, of course, I knew you personally and had a lot of respect for you, but also I took the real estate licensing course here at EXIT, and sitting in the conference room in there with Brian Tubbs teaching it, you still get the feeling and the vibe of the office. So I knew that I didn't want to be anyplace else, and I would never want to be anyplace else doing this. I feel like the supports here, the feeling of being part of the team and part of a family is strong, and that's important to me.
I love to hear that, as you know, and I try to say it all the time, that we're a family disguised as a real estate company. And so to hear you say that, we're meeting one of our objectives. And so how have you grown as an agent since you've been here?
The training program here is so strong, and even though with all the sales background I had with prior career and prior jobs, I still didn't have strong real estate background, even though I did it for a short period of time years ago. So having that training and that support and being encouraged and knowing that there was always someone to help is golden to me. It's made things, I'm not going to say it's all easy and always roses every day, but it's made it so much easier, and just knowing the support's there makes you feel confident in moving forward with everything you're trying to accomplish.
Or are there any specific systems that you've learned that helps?
again, having fundamentals always at the forefront, and even scripts to follow, and taking things step by step by step in the early days, and knowing that A needs to be accomplished before you begin B, and B needs to be accomplished before you begin C. So I think we get, and especially as a seasoned salesperson, we're all about staying on the run and getting it done and what's next. But sometimes being reminded to slow down and think, okay, now let's back up and do this first.
Right.
So the good, sound, fundamental systems that are taught here at EXIT, and being on a team, the support of the team is really, really important to me. And I know that someone always has my back as I have their back. If someone's out of town or sick or family illness, we all have each other's back. And that really, really does mean a lot to me.
I love you saying it, because that really is an important part of this puzzle.
Yes.
I mean, so what would you tell any other agents out there that, how they can improve their business and about EXIT in general?
I don't think there's any place to be besides EXIT, and I truly do feel strongly about that. Sales is competitive. Any sales is competitive. But being, again, here and knowing the support's here, and that there's always someone to depend on, and to be sure that you are improving all the time. I think improving is key to life, and certainly improvement all the time is key to career. And I always feel like I'm being encouraged to improve. I don't think that exists at all agencies. I really don't. So that would be what I would tell somebody.
I love that. And you can honestly confirm you have not been coerced or given a script to say all.
I promise I have
You didn't
not.
know what each other was going to say, of course. I love you mentioning that. And that also reminds me, one of the things we talk about all the time is one of my favorite authors, James Clear, who in Atomic Habits talks about being 1% better. Or if you think about, I always do it, if you think about, it's like the color belt system we teach for agents as well, that everything is incrementally growth. Because you've recognized that and adopted and endorsed that philosophy, I think you have made yourself successful because you've acted on those things. And
Thank you very much. I am very pleased at how things have gone, and I want to continue just to get better and to provide even better service for my clients.
that's great. And I have no doubt you will achieve that. If anyone else is considering real estate as a second career, what's the best advice you could give them?
Call me. I'm available to speak with anyone. I'm easy to reach, and I would be happy to talk to anyone at all, no matter what other background they're coming from, because my background is a little diversified and I've pretty much done it all. So I would be more than happy to speak with anyone anytime.
That's great. If anyone had questions, is it okay if they call you directly? And how do they?
Absolutely, it is.
How do they get a hold of you then?
804-944-7726, or email here, Kathy@markshomes.net. Either way, I'd be happy to discuss.
That's great. And Kathy, thank you for joining us today. I appreciate everything you shared. And any of you would like to talk about making a career change into real estate, contact us today. We'll discuss your goals, and we'll help you create action plans that work best for your needs. I'm Marc Highfield, broker owner and coach with EXIT First Realty. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's not the market, it's the marketing that makes the difference.